You know, there's another war that's been going on for a good many years, but especially since the early 70s. We have spent hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars on this particular war, but it's been war on American citizens more than it's been a war to change these conditions. And that is the war on drugs, which has been a complete, total failure.
Federal agents in Spokane raided several medical marijuana dispensaries today, enforcing federal law that makes selling or possessing marijuana illegal. But for some families, that drug is a godsend in treating a variety of diseases. 2-year-old Cash Hyde was diagnosed last year with a stage 4 brain tumor. He nearly died more times than his family can count, and was miserable from the high-dose chemo coursing through his tiny body, until his dad turned to a controversial place and gave cannabis to his young son.
Sir, do you think there will or should come a time for us to discuss the possibility of legalization, regulation, and control of all drugs?
I am not in favor of legalization.
How can you try to sit there and tell me a lie? We should not be legalized. Why? Material can be made cheap with it, be used to cure sick kids with it. Don't want to stop receiving checks by lobbyists. People dying in a prison and you worrying about money in your wallet. Kids getting high on gasoline and freshener cans. I guess household products all should be banned. Don't care about economy growth, afraid of your wallet getting hurt. Controlling a plant natural grown from the earth. I see a 2-year-old getting cured and all you care for is your personal wealth. Save our tax dollars, free the ones locked in the cell. What's gonna stop people to overdose on Ritalin? I seen ADHD kids selling their own prescriptions. Congress, you allow people to suffer from your propaganda deceptions. I understand government corruption, but this is absurd. War on drugs, even Obama said it doesn't work.
The war on drugs has been a failure.
Alcohol causes the most drinking and driving fatalities, while marijuana left in skepticism and controversy. So many left in prison and sick, cause Congress is controlled by former lobbyists. Legalize the most harmless substance, y'all still want taxes from it?
There was a lot of days we were getting told we weren't going to beat it. You know, you're not going to take him home. He is going to die.
Just remember what America used to stand before you knew the Pledge of Allegiance to the Republic for which it stands. We know former lobbyists bribe Congress to pass drugs that cost thousands of deaths. And if you don't believe it, you can Google it. Otherwise, why didn't you call Lexapro, Paxil, Prozac, and Zoloft? And the list goes on. Thousands of lives lost. War on drugs, billions of dollars cost. Tobacco-labeled products cause lung cancer. Doctors prescribe marijuana for a cure. Congress, I address this issue, response for your answer. Maybe I should stop seeing a doctor altogether, just to hit a bum, cause I'll just die waiting for a response from you bastards.
A controversial oil, cannabis, illegal for you and I to possess, and something Cashy's doctors wouldn't even discuss. Mike got authorization to give Cashy the oil, and without telling them why, he told the doctors to wean Cashy off the nausea cocktail. Inserted through Cashy's feeding tube, a tiny amount of oil replaced all those drugs. The result, Mike says, was almost immediate.
You're watching a kid that hasn't had the will to eat in 4 months, 5 months, actually take a bite of something. He hadn't eaten a thing in 40 days, and it was really incredible just to watch him take a bite of a piece of cheese. You know, it's showing that he wants to live.
America's so-called land is free, as long as you pay a fine and a fee. USFA turning to the USSR, using our tax money for hoes, $1 million homes, cheating on their wives with whores and 5-star hotels for personal fun. This is why I made this song for all those who rob can all sing along. At least I exercise my right on the First Amendment, freedom of speech, till they pass a bill making us pay taxes to preach. One last time, freedom to grow our own tree, to say some lies to reduce the crime. Don't forget what the cost did to Cali Thomas. You have strict laws that control cannabis, you can't even keep your own cost from killing innocents. I don't know about you all, but I don't think that makes any sense.
The controversial, Robin, is an understatement. Medical marijuana is a political football both here in Washington and in Cashy's home state of Montana. But his father said to me, when your child is dying of cancer, you'll do anything you can to help. His choice defied doctors, but he says saved Cashy's life.
Why support the criminalization of marijuana is the better question. I mean, this is a substance that grows in a natural way, and some people use it for different reasons. In a free country, you ought to have the right to do that. And another good reason is the war on drugs is a total failure, and it's created a monster of a problem for us, and we spend hundreds of billions of dollars.
Their state's marijuana laws. So what does this mean for the future of legalization? Well, my next guest has a strong opinion. He says, fire Jeff Sessions. You know Ron Paul. He's the former congressman from the great state of Texas, presidential candidate. In 2011, he introduced legislation with Congressman Barney Frank to remove criminal penalties for marijuana use. It's great to have you back, Congressman. Thanks for being here. Why must Sessions go?
Well, because he represents something that is so un-American as far as I'm concerned. The war on drugs, to me, is a war on liberty. I think that we overly concentrate on the issue of the drug itself, and I concentrate on the issue of freedom of choice, on doing things that are of high risk. And we permit high risk all the time. I mean, if you look at study of philosophy and religion, that's very risky stuff. There's bad ideas out there. Generally, we allow people to eat what they want, and that is very risky. But we do overly concentrate on what people put into their bodies. So to me, it's an issue of liberty. And Jeff Sessions is not a libertarian. He's not a civil libertarian at all. And the war on drugs is a totally illegal system. And if you look at it carefully, our traditions has been that the government recognized that we don't have the right to regulate the sale of drugs. In 1914, when he passed the Harrison Act, it was done over taxes. Tax them. That's how we'll get them to quit using it. 1937, same thing with marijuana. The same thing when they wanted to manipulate Obamacare. They put taxes on it. They don't they don't endorse the concept they have a right to do all these things. So I think it's very questionable constitutionally. They shouldn't be doing it, but it's so terrible. It is an excuse to violate civil liberties wholesale. And Jeff Sessions has been one of the worst. And usually I don't ever get involved in these personality squabbles, but this is one major setback. Obama did something decent there. He backed off, and I thought that was a good move, and Sessions wants to reverse that.
What I wanted to say, Congressman, is